Sup guys, Amer the Hammer here. So, new video on why most people can't get in shape and stay in shape. So people have this vicious cycle of getting in shape, getting out of shape, gaining more weight back than they initially gained. That's like a 98% of people, right? And from what I've found and people I've worked with and people have studied and analyzed and just, observed human behavior, motive is very important for why we succeed and why we fail. So the motive for why you do what you do is going to determine the outcome and if you're able to keep that, right? So if the reason why you're doing it is something beyond yourself, something superficial, not something intrinsic and something visceral that you're chasing, then you cannot sustain it, right? There's no sustainability. It's not realistic for you, right? And I'll explain what I mean by that. So, a lot of people compete. There's this huge surge of people that want to compete, and a lot of people are doing it for the wrong reasons, bottom line. You could lie and bullshit yourself all you want, but a lot of people are really not competitors, right? A competitor is someone that's played a sport their whole life, someone that's done something skillful their whole life. You've done gymnastics, you've played football, you've wrestled, something you've done your whole life, and you have that mentality that you want to become better. It's a sense of self-development, sense of progression, right? So a lot of people compete because, they get in decent shape and then they want more for themselves, but more is not for the betterment of themselves. So more is for something outside of themselves, something superficial, extrinsic of themselves, right? And I was talking to someone, right? A good friend of mine, we were kind of discussing, and I was asking him, why do you want to compete, right? What is it about competing, or what is it about being in shape that makes you want to be in shape? And his answer was, I feel confident. And you know what? When I'm in better shape, I feel more confident. There's no doubt about it. I'm sure you all feel more confident. Your hormones are balanced. You feel better. You feel more energetic. You feel happier. People are looking at you. You're getting attention. You're getting likes on your fucking Instagram. So you're feeling better about everything that you do, right? That's without a doubt. You can lie all you want. Say, I don't like the attention. Everyone likes the fucking attention, right? Every single person likes attention. Whether you're going to admit it to me or not, you and I both know you do, right? So when I said to him, great, you feel confident, but why do you want to get in shape? That's not a reason for why you want to get in shape, because I feel confident. There's a motive behind why you want to get in shape, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. There's a subconscious motive for why you want to get in shape. And he said, I started asking him, well, what happened in your childhood, this and that, and he had explained to me, and a lot of us have been through this. There's no shame in this for anyone, right? Because we all have been programmed a certain way at a very young age. From the ages of 0 to 8 in our lives, we're like a sponge. We absorb everything because our brains grow at an expedited, fragile rate, meaning we retain so much information, anything we're exposed to, behavior, the way we talk, act, walk, everything that we do is a result of how we've been programmed, so what we see at a young age. And our minds do not discriminate against good or bad, positive or negative. They only absorb and retain and condition whatever we see and allow to come in consciously into our subconscious mind, right? So what he said to me was that, at a young age, his parents went through a divorce, and it traumatized him, and it made him feel the need to always want a girlfriend. And a lot of people are like this. Again, no shame in it. A lot of people want a boyfriend their whole life. A lot of people want a girlfriend their whole life. Just they feel they need to be in a relationship, right? And there's no wrongdoing in this, but understanding it, being self-aware is very important. So when we kind of debunk that and discover that, okay, you want to be you want to have a girlfriend. You feel the need to always want to have a girlfriend your whole life, right? That's very important to you. So now what do we correlate with wanting to having a girlfriend, right? Everything we've been exposed to at a young age, we watch TV and we see the guy that's in the best shape gets the most women. The guy that has the most money gets the most women. That's what we see in the media. That's what we're exposed to, and that's what we come to believe, whether it's right or wrong. That's what we've exposed ourselves to, and that's what we've conditioned our brains to think. So now, logically, you think to yourself, well, when I'm in better shape, I'm going to get the girl. So these are all subconscious thoughts. You're not aware of your subconscious mind. You're thinking about it without even thinking about it. So I have the desire to want to get in shape because getting in shape gets me more. Getting in shape gets me more. That's how people think, right? That's their perspective on it without even realizing. So they're trying to get in shape with the end goal of having the girlfriend or having the boyfriend, whether they like it or not. And guess what happens when they get the girlfriend? Guess what happens when they get the boyfriend? It's a vicious fucking cycle. They get back out of shape because guess what? I'm fulfilled now. The real fulfillment for me wasn't being in shape because of my health. The real fulfillment for me wasn't being in shape because of X, Y, or Z. The real fulfillment for me was, maybe for one person, it's an insecurity and finally, or, they always felt the need for approval at a young age. So when they go and and compete on a stage, they finally get the approval from a judge. And guess what happens when you get the approval from a judge? You feel fulfilled, and you're constantly seeking that approval, and you're doing show after show, or constantly finding a new girlfriend, a relationship to a relationship to feel fulfilled, and you get in better shape, and you constantly get in shape so that you can meet those needs that you have upon yourself, right? And guess what happens now when you don't have a show? You get out of shape because you weren't driven by the need to get in shape for the right reasons. Guess what happens when you have a girlfriend? You get out of shape because you weren't driven by the need to be in shape for the right reasons. So the most important thing that you can take away from this is be self-aware. Understand and ask yourself, why do I want to be in shape? Is it really because I want to be more confident? Is it because I'm going to make more money? What is the underlying issue that you may not even be aware of until now? I challenge you to think about that, right? The best thing you can do is challenge yourself. Ask yourself these questions so that you can surface these things. Bring them from a visceral, intrinsic level to a surface level so that you can ask yourself and you can be aware of it and say, wow, all this time I've been wanting to be in shape for girls, or all this time I've been wanting to be in shape because I'm insecure and I've always needed approval because my parents didn't give it to me, and now I get it from a show, but I can't sustain that approval from a show. I can't sustain, that feeling from the girl that I need to be in shape because now I have her. So therefore, you're going to get back out of shape. And if you want to stay in shape, and this applies to any other area of your life, not just women, not just guys, not just money, not just, anything. This applies to every other area of your life. Understand your motive for why you do what you do. Because if you don't understand the motive, you're going to be driven by false vehicles to your destination. And when you're driven by false vehicles, you're never going to stay there. You're never going to stay at your destination. It's going to be a constant vicious cycle of success, failure, a vicious cycle loop of success and failure. And that's what happens to most people. So don't forget to comment below, like the video, and we could have one of the best channels on YouTube because it's growing. And I know a lot of you guys want to see more content because you guys email me on a day-to-day basis asking for that. So peace.